Alright, good afternoon, good morning, whatever time it is that you're watching this, ladies and gentlemen. It is I, Mr. Cthulhu, here to demonstrate to you how you can make your very own Megalovania using a template for free. If you are wondering how to make a Megalovania for free, you're in the right place. If you have seen either of my tutorials in the past and have had troubles, you're also in the right place. If you have nothing better to do and you would like to watch this video, you are still in the right place. If you are looking for a tutorial on how to make an orange cream popsicle, then you're in the wrong place. But otherwise, you're pretty darn good. So, let's jump right into it. The first thing you're going to want to do is download the program called LMMS, short for Linux Multimedia Studio. I've put the link in the description to download it. When you get there, you should see something like this. It is a download for Linux, Windows, and Mac. I don't know if this template works on Linux or Mac, so I apologize if it doesn't. However, I know for a fact that it works on Windows. So once you've downloaded LMMS, I would highly recommend learning how to use it. And I've linked to a very helpful tutorial that I found by searching LMMS tutorial on YouTube that you can use, and I would highly recommend learning how to use LMMS at least a little bit before you use this template. However, if you are too lazy to do that and would like to jump straight in, I cannot blame you, so I will try to give at least a basic description of how to use LMMS in this video. So once you've downloaded LMMS, you're going to want to open it up, and what you'll first see is something that looks like this, at least probably, and if you don't, let me know in the comments and I'll see if I can help you fix it. But you should see something like this. So the next thing you're going to want to do, and of course it will take a little bit of installation and everything to download it. It's okay. It's a great software. I would highly recommend it just for making music in general. Next you're going to want to go to MediaFire and download these three files here. Megalotemplate v3, Megalotemplate v3, sorry I can't talk, the backup file, which will have roughly the same name, and then the definitive Megalovania sound font. And if you aren't familiar with what a sound font file is, essentially it is a file that contains a bunch of different sounds, hence the name sound font. So if I want this sound, then I have that sound. If I want in the same file to have, say, this sound, I have that one. And these are all various instruments that are used at different places in Megalovania. So, again, let's go back to where we were before, right here. Let's go to Edit in the top left and click Settings. Then you're going to click on this big folder icon right here. Next up, you'll go to Default Sound Font File down here. It should be the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th one down. Click on that little folder icon and navigate to wherever you downloaded this file called the definitive Megalovania sound font, version 1.17. Once you've done that, you'll choose that file, and then you're going to want to close LMMS. And then reopen it just so that the settings apply. Next up, you're going to go to File, Open, and navigate to wherever you downloaded Megalotemplate v3.mmpz. In my case, it's here with a million other projects. If you've never used LMMS before, you probably won't have any others, and that's okay. Boom, pow, voila. You should see something like this. Now, at this point, you might see an error message that says something along the lines of sound font couldn't load or something like that. And so if you have that, then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to load each individual file, which can take a little bit, but it doesn't take too long. So you should click, for example, if you get that error message, you'll click on Overdriven Guitar here. Then you'll click on this little purple folder icon. You'll navigate to wherever you have this this file, the definitive Megalovania sound font. You'll press Open. You'll press the little wrench, and you'll go to whatever the instrument said on the left. In this case, it said Overdriven Guitar. and I can rename it again on the left by right-clicking on that little icon over there, overdriven guitar. Great, now we have overdriven guitar. If I wanted the background guitar, for example, now I have this, like so. If I wanted a square wave, which is used later on, I have that. And again, I've labeled all of these at the left. The only two that aren't from the sound font are this square wave and this saw wave, and those two come with LMMS, so you'll be just fine. And if you're not, let me know, because then something's up. So, what you're going to want to do is, as I said, load each of those, and if you didn't get that file, then you're good to go. Sorry, that error, then you're good to go. If you did get the error and fixed it, then you should be good to go. Now when you press play, over here, you should hear something along the lines of this. And in that case, you're good to go. If you're not hearing this, let me know in the description. I'll see in the comments. Why do I keep saying description? Gosh darn it. In the comments, and I'll see if I can help you out a little bit. So in this case, if you don't hear something like this, then yeah, that's a problem. But if you do, great. So now you hear Megalovania, and again, this isn't 100% accurate to the original Megalovania, but it's about as close as I could get with the resources that I had and my own lacking musical ability. So let's go over here and double click on this green rectangle here next to overdriven guitar. Now let's hit play. I can click on this window to bring it to the front. I can double click on the window to make it full screen, or I can click on this little icon here to make it full screen or little screen. Either way, let's press play. We hear just the Megalovania melody. So in this case, what we can do is use this select mode, so the big rectangle up there, drag, click and drag over all these notes, press backspace to get rid of them, and then go to this little pencil icon. Now I can draw my own notes. And this should, up here, should be set to last note. So you're going to want to click on one of these notes so that it plays at the same volume as all the other notes. Otherwise it'll sound kind of goofy. So let's just make a little random melody up here. For example, this won't sound that great, but you can replace this melody with whatever you want. This is just for the sake of an example. So again, this probably won't, your Megalovanias will likely sound a lot better than mine. So I can Control-C and Control-V. Again, I'm going over this kind of quickly because I'm anticipating that you at least vaguely know how to use LMMS. So let's hit play. And again, now we have this. So let's get rid of this new Megalovania. Sorry, this old Megalovania melody. And Control-C, Control-V, this particular melody over here. Now, we have this when we press play on our whole song editor up here. And again, I can right click here to delete, right click here, copy, click on to make this little rectangle, right click on the rectangle, paste. Now, you can copy this to other instruments as well, like so, like so, like so. And these will be labeled overdriven guitar. That's just because it's what instrument it came from. You can change the name by right-clicking here, going to change name, and just hitting backspace, and then enter. That way you don't get mixed up about what instrument is what. So now if we listen to this, it should sound like this. And again, this doesn't sound 100% accurate because this violin detach here, detach, however you pronounce that, is missing an octave. So this particular violin instrument needs to have 2 octaves if you want it to be as accurate as possible. This impact hit here also needs to be selected, and then you need to drag down the volume of these notes here. Not a ton, but just a little bit. And again, you can edit all these melodies as much as you want. Or the beauty of learning how to use LMMS yourself is that you can add your own melodies. with other instruments. Let's say I want this little 8-bit sounding instrument. Obviously, I did a terrible job of following along with this 8-bit instrument, but you get the point. And again, I know that this brass part isn't that great, hence why I labeled it. This part sounds really bad. Someone please tell me how to make it better. I apologize for that. However, again, you can edit any other melody or the chord progression in the same exact manner. You can even edit the drums. You can edit whatever you want. You can use this as, you can just edit tiny little bits of this, or you can change the whole thing completely. Now let me just double check my little list of things that I made. Download LMS, download files, set to soundfont file, open Megalo template, go wild, take a poop in your diaper, ask Mr. Cthulhu to fix his template when it inevitably breaks again. You're going to want to make sure to do that. And after that, if you are having any problems, please let me know and I'll see if I can help you. Otherwise, I'm sorry if I can't help you, but I'll do my best to. In the meantime, that's about all I have to say. So I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial. If you have any questions or need any help, please don't hesitate to ask, and I'd be happy to make a follow-up video if this one's lacking in any way. In the meantime, I hope you enjoy this Megalovania template and MIDs. Please send me all the awesome creations that you create with it. Thanks so much for watching, and don't forget to wipe.